quiet of this room, the shadows softly dance, a gallery of memories, a fleeting backward glance, each photograph a whisper of a time that's come and gone, a bittersweet reminder of a love that's been withdrawn. The silence is a symphony of words I'll never say, and in this lonely echo I'll let my spirit fray. But tonight I'll wipe away the tears that stain my face, find a flicker of the dawn in this forsaken place. I'll let the river of my sorrow meet the endless sea, and in the vastness of the water I'll finally be free. This chapter's closing and the ink is running dry. It's time to lift my head and give my wings a try. I've held on to the embers of a fire long since cold, a story of a future that we were supposed to hold. The scent of your old sweater, the comfort that it gave, is now a lonely relic in the emotional cave. I've built a monument to what we used to be, but monuments are stone and my soul needs to be free. 'Cause tonight I'll wipe away the tears that stain my face, find a flicker of the dawn in this forsaken place. I'll let the river of my sorrow meet the endless sea, and in the vastness of the water I'll finally be free. This chapter's closing and the ink is running dry. It's time to lift my head and give my wings a try. It's not about forgetting or pretending you weren't there. It's about accepting that the world can be unfair, and in the broken pieces a stronger heart can grow, a mosaic of the battles that have helped my spirit glow. The sun will rise again, it's a promise and a fact, and with the morning light there is no turning back. Find a flicker of the dawn in this forsaken place. I'll let the river of my sorrow meet the endless sea, and in the vastness of the water I'll finally be free. This chapter's closing and the ink is running dry. It's time to lift my head and give my wings a try. And move on. city hums a lullaby to the approaching night. Every word we haven't spoken hangs suspended in the air, a museum of a future that we're now too scared to share. You reach for me so slowly, like a scene I've seen before. And I know this is the moment I've been waiting for and dreading more. And oh, it's the kiss that dissolves on my lips, a watercolor memory at my fingertips. It's the closing of a chapter, the turning of the tide, the beautiful sad surrender of everything inside. It isn't loud, it isn't cruel, it's just a quiet fall. The kiss that dissolves and erases it all. Your hands are on my shoulders, but I feel the growing space, a universe of distance in this last familiar place. I'm trying to memorize the feeling, the texture and the taste, but it's fading as it happens, a ghost that can't be traced. You pull away and in your eyes are strangers looking back. The train has left the station, running on a different track. And oh, it's the kiss that dissolves on my lips, a watercolor memory at my fingertips. It's the closing of a chapter, the turning of the tide, the beautiful sad surrender of everything inside. It isn't loud, it isn't cruel, it's just a quiet fall. The kiss that dissolves and erases it all. It feels like sugar in the rain, a sweet and sudden ache, a promise turning into mist for goodness gracious sake. There's no one here to blame, there's nothing left to mend, just the quiet hollow echo of a story at its end. Erasing it all.
15 fives. Use arrow up and arrow down to select a turn. Enter to jump to it. And escape to return to the chat.
Singing in the dark again, no spotlight, no applause. Every word I let escape just echoes off the walls. I pour my heart in melodies that fade into the air. A story no one listens to, but still I'm standing there. I've written dreams in silence and cried in empty rooms. The world keeps spinning faster, but I'm still out of tune. This is the song no one hears, falling like raindrops through the years. A voice that breaks but disappears, drowning beneath my own fears. Oh, I sing the ghosts of who I was, a whisper lost in endless dust. The song no one hears still plays inside my tears. I trace the scars of yesterday in chords that never heal. The more I try to find my place, the less I seem to feel. I scream into the quiet night, but shadows don't reply. I wear my pain like harmony, and hope won't say goodbye. I gave my soul to echoes, to voices never near. I wonder if I vanish, would anyone still hear? This is the song no one hears, falling like raindrops through the years. A voice that breaks but disappears, drowning beneath my own fears. Oh, I sing the ghosts of who I was, a whisper lost in endless dust. The song no one hears still plays inside my tears. Maybe someday someone will find the notes I left behind, and in my pain they'll recognize the silence in their mind. This is the song no one hears, but it lives through all the tears. A lonely sound, a soul sincere, echoing for years and years. Oh, I'll keep singing through the pain, even if it's all in vain. The song no one hears still beats within my veins. No one hears, but I still Some pages in my life turn fast, a blur of sun and rain, a hurried sketch of moments past, a joy of fleeting pain. I walked a path of simple prose, a predictable design. Then you appeared, and I suppose your story crashed with mine. We wrote a story, you and I, with starlight ink and truth etched in the lines upon my soul in the wildfire of my youth. And though the cover's closed for now and the final page is read, it's the unforgettable story I'll replay inside my head. dancing in the dark to a song we didn't know, leaving our footprints in the park and watching the first snow. We built a kingdom out of dreams on a foundation of trust. It flowed in brilliant golden streams and turned the world to dust. We wrote a story, you and I, with starlight, ink, and truth etched in the lines upon my soul in the wildfire of my youth. And though the cover's closed for now and the final page is read, it's the unforgettable story I'll replay inside my head. Not every book is meant to be a novel without an end. Some are a single perfect verse, a message that they send. And I am better for the lines you helped my heart to write. You were a brilliant burning comet in the stillness of my night. Truth etched in the lines upon my soul in the wildfire of my youth. And though the cover's closed for now and the final page is read, it's the unforgettable story I'll replay inside my head. The unforgettable story. Yeah, it lives inside my head. Unforgettable, unforgettable. Walked alone where whispers hide underneath the bleeding sky. Every step recalls your name, echoes burn like gentle flame. You were light I couldn't keep, fading slowly in my sleep. Now I chase what can't be found, a ghost of love still hangs around. I feel your touch in the rain, your memory carved in pain. The night still calls your soul to mine. On love's path in the shadows, we dance where the dark wind blows. Two hearts that time betrayed, lost between the light and shade. If forever is just a dream, then let me stay where silence screams. For love's path in the shadows is where I'll always find you close. I still see your rising stars guiding me through scars and bars. Every dawn I pray to see a trace of you come back to me. But love's a ghost that never dies, it lingers deep, it never lies. Your voice still drifts on broken air, I reach for you, you're never there. The candle burns too low, yet I can't let path in the shadows, your heartbeat softly echoes. Even if the dawn won't rise, I'll see your face behind my eyes. If forever is just a dream, then let me stay where silence screams. For love's path in the shadows is where my heart still bleeds for you. In the dark, I call your name. Love's path will never fade the same. In the shadows I remain. The city sleeps, but I'm still awake, counting the pieces a heart can take. Your shadow lingers on my wall, a memory I can't erase at all. The silence cuts like broken glass. Every second, every breath that's passed, I whisper your name into the rain, but it only answers with my pain. I thought love would never fade, but time has washed your touch away. Tears in the night, they fall like rain. Echoes of love, whispers of pain. I reach for you, but you're not there. Only the wind and empty air. If dreams could bring you back to me, I'd sleep forever just to see the face I lost to faded light, and cry these tears in the night. I walk the streets we used to roam, haunted by the scent of home. Your laughter drifts through every song, a ghost that's been here all along. The moonlight feels like yesterday, but your warmth has slipped away. And in the dark I hear your voice, a broken heart without a choice. Love's a fire that burns too deep. It wakes me when I try to sleep. Tears in the night, they fall like rain. Echoes of love, whispers of pain. I reach for you, but you're not there. Only the wind and empty air. If dreams could bring you back to me, I'd sleep forever just to see the face I chasing ghosts till the break of day. Tears in the night won't let you go. You said goodbye without a sound, left your ghost where love was found. Now every room still breathes your name, but silence doesn't feel the same. I hide the tears behind my smile, pretend I'm fine for just a while. But every laugh, every lonely tune bleeds from my heart's hidden wound. You can't see it, but it burns inside. The pain I'm too afraid to hide. This heart's hidden wound still bleeds for you. Beyond the calm, I'm breaking through. You left your mark beneath my skin, a scar that time won't ever mend. I wear the love that we once knew inside my heart's hidden wound. I see your face in strangers' eyes, the way you smile before goodbye. And though I know you've moved ahead, I talk to ghosts inside my head. The mirror shows what's left of me, a soul that love forgot to free. Your memory's a heavy tune that echoes through my heart's hidden wound. I've learned to walk through all this pain, but I still whisper your name. This heart's hidden wound still bleeds for you. Behind the calm, I'm breaking through. You left your mark beneath my skin, a scar that time won't ever mend. I wear the love that we once knew inside my heart's hidden wound. If love is healing, why can't I feel it? If time is mercy, why can't it steal it? The hurt that stays when you're long gone still plays like unfinished song. This heart's hidden wound still calls your name through every loss, through every flame. You left your shadow in my soul, and I can't seem to let it go. I wear the pain that feels like truth inside my heart's hidden wound. Some scars don't fade, they just hide, waiting for love to heal inside my heart's hidden wound. There's a ghost in this apartment, swears it knows my name, whispers through the floorboards of a forgotten flame. I trace your faded silhouette on the window pane, a watercolor memory in the rhythm of the rain. We were architects of forever, with blueprints in our hands, building castles in the air on shifting, sinking sands. Oh, the lost love, it's a quiet kind of ache, a promise whispered in the night. For goodness gracious sake, it's the melody of a song I can't can't forget to sing. The hollow in the autumn, the silence in the spring. And I search for you in strangers, in the fading afternoon, just a fool out chasing echoes of a long forgotten tune. I found that box of letters that we buried in the yard, tied up with a ribbon, every word I knew by heart. They spoke of sunlit mornings and a love that would not bend, of a story so wide open we never saw the end. Now the ink is slightly faded and the paper's turning brown, just like the love we folded up and gently laid back down. The lost love, it's a quiet kind of ache, a promise whispered in the night, for goodness gracious sake. It's the melody of a song I can't forget to sing. The hollow in the autumn, the silence in the spring. And I search for you in strangers, in the fading afternoon, just a fool out chasing echoes of a long forgotten tune. Took a different turn. Was it a sudden wildfire, yeah, or just a slow and silent burn? There's no villain in this story, no one to take the blame, just two hearts that beat together till they couldn't beat the same. It's a quiet kind of ache, a promise whispered in the night, for goodness gracious sake. It's the melody of a song I can't forget to sing. The hollow in the autumn, the silence in the spring. And I search for you in strangers, in the fading afternoon, just a fool out chasing echoes of a long forgotten tune, a long forgotten tune. Yeah, a long forgotten tune. And the ghost in this apartment, it almost sounds like you. Grow so wild and free, a velvet crimson masterpiece for only me to see. Bathed in the glow of morning, you held the silver dew, a perfect fleeting promise that I foolishly thought was true. I built a world around you, I prayed you'd never change. I never saw the season waiting, just outside of range. But the petals always fall and the brilliant colors bend. You were the flower that fades, a story with an end. And oh, the ache of knowing that the beauty had to cease, but holding on to what is gone will never bring me peace. It was lovely in the sunshine, a breathtaking array. The flower that fades was never meant to stay. The edges started curling, a soft and subtle brown. I felt a quiet whisper as you laid your defenses down. The vibrant red surrendered to a tired and gentle hue. And I tried to give you water, but there's nothing I could do. We can't command the seasons, we can't rewind the clock. The roots can be so deep, but the bloom is still in shock. 'Cause the petals always fall and the brilliant colors bend. You were the flower that fades, a story with an end. And oh, the ache of knowing that the beauty had to cease, but holding on to what is gone will never bring me peace. It was lovely in the sunshine, a breathtaking array. The flower that fades was never meant to stay. And maybe I was wrong to wish for stillness in your grace. For beauty isn't static, it's a moment and a place. Your purpose wasn't permanence, a statue carved in stone, but to teach me how to cherish and how to let it go. Sweet sound, it was never meant to stay. The attic floorboards groaned in name, the living don't recall. Beneath a century of dust, behind a crumbling wall, I found a little strong box with a lock of rusted lace and a key left in the spine of a Bible out of place. The air grew thick and heavy like a storm about to break as I turned that copper key for a forgotten promise sake. This is a forgotten secret written in a faded hand, a truth they tried to bury in this God-forsaken land. It's a whisper in the timbers, a shadow on the stair, a weight that settles in your soul, too heavy now to bear. And some doors, once they're open, can never be closed again. You just learn to live with ghosts and the cold unceasing rain. Inside a stack of letters and a single silver locket, a pressed and withered primrose from a long forgotten pocket. They spoke of stolen moments by the old abandoned mill, of a love that wasn't sanctioned on a dark and silent hill. A name was sworn to silence, a child was sent away, and a lie was planted in the town that blossoms to this day. This is a forgotten secret written in a faded hand, a truth they tried to bury in this God-forsaken land. It's a whisper in the timbers, a shadow on the stair, a weight that settles in your soul, too heavy now to bear. And some doors, once they're open, can never be closed again. You just learn to live with ghosts and the cold unceasing rain. Faces in the portraits on the wall, not as saints of noble standing, but people poised to fall. Their painted smiles are cracking, their pious eyes look through. They're asking if I'll speak the words they never had the strength to. Do I unravel all the threads that hold this house in place, or let the secret settle back and leave without a trace?
written in a faded hand,
and the rain begins to fall on this God-forsaken land. There's a hairline fracture in the porcelain, a fault line only I can see. It runs deeper than the surface, right where you got in, and changed the anatomy of me. This chest is just a hollow chamber where the echoes bounce and fade of every careless promise that you made. This is the rhythm of a wounded heart, beating out of time, tearing me apart. It's the scar that tells the story, the ache behind the smile, learning how to live and breathe in this new and broken style. It doesn't scream, it doesn't cry, it just quietly plays its part. The lonely, steady rhythm of a wounded heart. I'm a cartographer of damage. I can trace it with my hand, the place the trust eroded and I no longer understand. I've tried to patch the levee, tried to build the walls up high, but your memory is a river that will never run dry. And every face I see in crowds has a flicker of your own, a reminder of the lesson that I had to learn alone. This is the rhythm of a wounded heart, beating out of time, tearing me apart. It's the scar that tells the story, the ache behind the smile, learning how to live and breathe in this new and broken style. It doesn't scream, it doesn't cry, it just quietly plays its part. The lonely, steady rhythm of a wounded heart. And they tell me that the pieces can be beautifully rearranged, a mosaic of the sorrow forever changed. But they don't feel the phantom limb, the reach across the bed, or the constant low hum of your last words in my head. Healing isn't closure, it's just finding room to hold the love that turned to silver and the story that turned cold. The rhythm of a wounded heart. Oh, beating me apart. The full band crashes back in, more powerful than before. A live string section or a very rich steady rhythm. We built this house on bedrock, or at least that's what I thought. Drew the blueprints in our blood. For every battle fought, we spoke a secret language in the spaces in between. The only safe harbor I'd ever really seen. I would have walked through fire if you'd only asked me to. I never saw the stranger that was growing inside of you. The music's the sound of the broken bond, the tearing of the seam, the violent waking moment at the ending of a dream. You took a hammer to the mirror, now 7 years of pain, and all I see are jagged lines where our reflections used to rain. The silence was the weapon that you sharpened on the stone. You left me in the wreckage here to face it all alone. Was it a single moment, or a slow and creeping tide that washed away the promises we held so deep inside? I replay every conversation, every single sign I missed. It all ends with the bitter taste of betrayal on your kiss. This is the sound of the broken bond, the tearing of the seam, the violent waking moment at the ending of a dream. You took a hammer to the mirror, now 7 years of pain, and all I see are jagged lines where our reflections used to rain. And what do I do with all these memories now? They're poisoned at the root, just souvenirs of sacred ground you crushed beneath your boot. I'm searching for the reason, for a chapter, for a line that explains how your story could diverge so far from mine. So far from mine. This is the sound of the broken bond, the tearing of the seam, the violent waking moment at the ending of a dream. You took a hammer to the mirror, now 7 years of pain, and all I see are jagged lines where our reflections used to rain. Suddenly drops, leaving only the heavily distorted guitar riff from the chorus playing slower, like it's running out of There was a color that you loved, a faded shade of green, the color of your jacket in a long forgotten scene. I remember the sharp scent of pine, the crunch of autumn leaves, the way your laughter used to hang like smoke beneath the eaves. I hold these moments to the light like jewels within my hand, polished, smooth and perfect from a far and distant land. But these are fading memories, watercolor in the rain. The sharpest edges soften and begin to lose their name. The photographs left in the sun, slowly turning pale and white, just ghosts of conversations in the fading evening light. I'm reaching for the details, but they slip right through my soul. This quiet act of forgetting is taking its slow toll. I used to see your whole face so clear and so defined. Now all that's left's a silhouette I'm struggling to find. An echo of a melody, a story half recalled, a feeling of a promise on the day the first snow fell. I know that we were happy, I can feel the phantom warmth, but the reasons and the seasons are now lost within the storm. And these are fading memories, the watercolor in the rain. The sharpest edges soften and begin to lose their name. The photographs left in the sun, slowly turning pale and white, just ghosts of conversations in the fading evening light. I'm reaching for the details, but they slip right through my soul. This quiet act of forgetting is taking its slow toll. Is this a final betrayal, this unintentional letting go? Does the love die with the details that nobody else can know? I'm terrified that one day I will wake and fail to find even the faintest shadow that you ever left behind. It shudders in the coming dark, too weak to fight the gray. I watch the flame grow smaller, a tired and golden tear, consuming the last memory of a brighter, braver year. We used to feed the fire, we used to shield the wick. Now we just stand as witnesses and watch it getting sick. Music erupts, the guitar becomes a wall of distorted, sustained chords. The drums become heavier with crashing, reverb-soaked cymbals. This is the light that goes out, not in a sudden violent crash, but a slow and certain fading from a fire into ash. This is the silence that descends when all the words have failed, the final lonely ember on a path that's been curtailed. And you can't scream it back to life, you can't pretend to see. There's only you and the coming dark for all eternity. The star that we were charting has vanished from the sky. It didn't fall, it didn't burn, it simply said goodbye. It left a hole in the design, a blank spot in the view, a constellation broken and nobody ever knew. We navigate by ghosts now, by a space where it should be, a phantom destination on a cold and empty sea. This is the light that goes out, not in a sudden violent crash, but a slow and certain fading from a fire into ash. This is the silence that descends when all the words have failed, the final lonely ember on a path that's been curtailed. And you can't scream it back to life, you can't pretend to see. There's only you and the coming dark for all eternity. Did we get too comfortable? Did we forget to tend the flame? Did we think that it would burn forever just by speaking its name? The darkness isn't evil, it's just patient and it's real. It doesn't have to break you, it just waits for you to feel the cold. sorrowful notes that echo the main vocal melody. It's drenched in delay and reverb, sounding both beautiful and utterly hopeless. The full band kicks back in underneath it, driving towards the end. goes I. It's gone.